Hi, it's Whitney Self with Exit Self Property Advisors. Today we're going to talk about the 5 mistakes that first-time home buyers make. Step 1 is not getting pre-approved. Literally, a lot of people, they want to go shop, they want to go see homes, but they have not gotten pre-approved, and that really is a big step in knowing exactly what your buying power is. So do not go look at properties without your pre-approval letter. Step number 2 is going to be falling in love with the house too fast. You go see the perfect house. You're like, this is it. I absolutely love it. Put the offer in. I'm ready to go. If we go back to step 1 and you're not pre-approved, you cannot submit an offer without a pre-approval letter. So now we've fallen in love with the home that we're not pre-approved for, or you fall in love and there's multiple offers and your offer may not get accepted. So try not to fall in love with that home too quick until they say, congratulations, you're under contract. Number 3 is going to be ignoring hidden cost. So a lot of times you think, hey, we just went under contract, there's nothing really else I need to do, but that's not true. So you're going to have your earnest money, which is 1% of the purchase price, most likely. That can give or take depending on the negotiations of your terms. You're also going to have an inspection, home inspection, or you should. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But you should always have a home inspection. Those range from $325 to about $500 or $600, depending on the square footage of your house and all the add-ins that you want to have on your home inspection. There's also an appraisal cost that's going to be coming directly from your lender, and that's going to cost you anywhere from $600 to $800. Again, your lender is the one that orders this, but it has to be done if you are getting a loan. Mistake number 4 is skipping the inspection. This is something I will never ever advise a buyer to do at any time. It doesn't matter if you're a first-time home buyer or you bought 4 homes, never skip a home inspection. The process that a home inspection does is it's telling you everything about your property, so you know going into it all of the issues that are there. It's gonna look a little bit overwhelming to you, and as you're walking through the property before you ever make the offer, your agent should be pointing out things to you as far as, hey, maybe this has poly piping. Maybe there's a leak on the roof and the roof is old. I always try to check the HVAC units and the hot water units just to go ahead and give you an idea if it's close to its life expectancy or if you're good to go and everything is brand new. Again, though, that's the purpose of that home inspection, is to tell you everything about that property. So please make sure you're budgeting for the home inspection so you don't have to skip out on that. Mistake number 5 is poor negotiations. Again, I think this comes from making sure you pick the right agent to negotiate on your behalf. But maybe there's a time when you're like, I really want to go in $25,000 under list price, or I want them to pay all my closing costs. And it may not make sense. It may make sense depending on how long the house has been sitting on the market or how motivated the seller is. However, if you fall in love with the home that you really love and then you try to downgrade on the offer and get all your closing costs paid for or hit them really hard on negotiations with your inspection, it could kill the deal. So you don't ever really want to do that. I'm going to go into a bonus on how to avoid them. So as step number 1, never go shopping without a pre-approval letter. Step number 2, please remain calm. Do not get too excited about a house until they've told you you're under contract. Number 3, I've just told you all the upfront costs. Your agent should also be going over these upfront costs with you. So make sure you have the right agent to go over all of that with you, but also making sure you budget for that. Okay, earnest money again is 1% of the purchase price. Inspections are going to range from $325 to $550 depending. And then your appraisal cost is going to cost you $600 to $800. That is all upfront cost before you guys ever get to the closing table. And then as you get to the closing table, your lender is going to give you what's called an estimated cost worksheet, and it's going to break down your cash to close, which is the amount of money you have to bring to the table in order to get the keys. So please make sure you are asking your lender for the estimated cost worksheet so you know that cash to close before you ever even write your offer. I'm going to go into never skip a home inspection ever. It doesn't even matter. During COVID, there were a lot of people who were skipping home inspections, and a year later, there were some things that were found and defects in their home. And because they skipped that home inspection, there was really no cost for them to go after anybody when the situation arose. So please never, ever, ever skip a home inspection. And then also your negotiations. The way to avoid poor negotiations is to get a really strong agent on your side. If you need anything else, always know we are a resource for you, Exit Sell Property Advisors. Buy, sell, invest, call the best, and we'll do the rest.